some of the ways, and on the back of the Catechism at a glance, the Catechism timeline, there actually is a timeline on the back of this.
I know, I love
it. And some of the...
I'm wired that way.
You like the timelines. I wonder where we got that idea. But there's this piece not only of how here is Scripture coming to us, but also these professions of faith and these church councils. It's not every church council, but kind of some of the significant ones, and how a lot of what we say is true comes out of, maybe wrestling with error.
Yeah.
Like that there were heresies that came up that were like, maybe that's true. I mean, even like the Council of Nicaea, right, in 325, I mentioned, we all know, of course we know Jesus is fully God and fully man. But that was formulated because some people were saying, no, that's not the case. And so a lot of what we believe as true in the creed, in all of these church councils, comes out of, what would you say, error? Would that be, or heresy, I guess, for lack of a better term? Would that be accurate?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Most of the councils, Vatican II is a little different, but most of the councils were actually trying to settle a problem. For example, in the Council of Ephesus, when they declared that Mary is the Theotokos, she is the Mother of God, and that argument was actually over the divinity of Jesus.
Right. It's all about Jesus.
It's about Jesus. And they said, no, Mary is the Mother of God. Jesus is God.
From the moment of his conception.
Yes.
He is
Jesus,
fully God and fully man.
Fully God, fully man. We call that the big word now, hypostatic union, which means, and this is important, these things are important and they do have ramifications, results. Jesus isn't two people. He's one person, two natures, human and divine. And in the Council of Constantinople, they even said he had two wills, a human and a divine will, which never were parted from one another.
And to realize that's not explicated in Scripture, right? That's not necessarily given to us as the data of Scripture, but we have the data of, wait a second, here is Jesus who is conforming his will to the Father's will. Here is Jesus who at the same time experiences this, I don't want to say temptation necessarily, but he was tempted in the wilderness. He was tempted in
every way that we are, without
sin. And so the church has been able to say, wait a second, if that is the case, and it is the case, then he would have not only a human nature and a divine nature, but a human will and a divine will.
Yes.
And just like, wow, I never thought of that. I would never even thought to ask the question, but I'm glad someone did.
Well, somebody did before.